Good morning and welcome to the Mike Show for Monday, May 4, 2026. 46 degrees at 7:52 a.m. and I am your host, Bob Kamal, and I'm a sinner. And I'm powerless and my life is unmanageable. Humility and gratitude are the keys to life. It's always today, it's always now. My life is not my own. My will not be done. There's no reality but God, and the only thing we have to do is die. So how are we going to live today? And I hope and pray I can live from my heart, a life based on faith and not fear. Where'd that Ruthie go? Oh, quite a day so far. I think I initially woke around. It was 4 minutes after 4. Slept out here last night, fell asleep out here. Me and Mackie, I think at some time during the night, Ruth joined us, and Else was out here as well. She came down, laid down. Then I went upstairs and laid down. And Else was once again up there with me, Ruthie was, and then Gracie came, and then Koki said, hey, it's time to get out of bed. And I think that was finally, when I did that, it was around 6:45. And Else was giving me some good purrs. She was really affectionate this morning. I let the girls and Max out while I was making coffee and getting my gruel ready and emptying noogie boxes. And when I went out there to see where they were, Coke was there, Max was there, and Gracie was there, but there was no sign of Ruthie. I had no idea where she went, and I probably spent a half hour walking around the neighborhood looking for her. And I gotta quit doing this to myself. I think it's time to get her some kind of harness and a rope like we did with Stuart years ago. Uncle Stewie had a habit of wandering, and we put that harness on him, and he had a good long piece of rope. I think it was like 75 feet. And when he hit the end of that was as far as he could go. And it reached a point after he was on that for a while, because we were living on a very busy intersection. We were a block away from a main intersection in town here. We had a lot of traffic on that street, and I just didn't want him to get killed. Chiefy almost got killed one time. This pickup truck ran over him, and he was right underneath it, dead center, and he went running out, and the rear wheel caught the tip of his tail, and after that he was done going in the streets. But anyway, in order to keep Stu from getting killed and trying to keep him, somewhere near where I could see him in that apartment we lived in and that tiny yard we had, I'd harness him onto that rope. And it reached a point where after a while, I didn't even have to hook the rope on. Just put the harness on him and let him outside. He thought he was still hooked to the rope, and he didn't go any farther than the yard. So it did work. And I think it's time to do that with Ruth. I'm getting enough gray hair as it is, and she's giving me more and more by every day that goes by. But anyway, it is absolutely a beautiful morning. It's actually like a spring morning. It was in the 40s when we woke up, or when we got up. And it's nice out, and we're looking for a high of 70 today. And speaking of temperatures, yesterday, to the 8 billion of you who may not have been tuned in, I said wouldn't be surprised if it snowed. It got up to almost 60 yesterday. It was quite rainy on and off throughout most of the afternoon and in the evening. In fact, that's partly why we slept out here last night. Didn't watch any movies or anything last night. Just laid out here and listened to the rain hitting on the roof, and that's where we fell asleep, right in the corner here. Right here. So anyway, Yesterday's thumbnail was a shot of my bike ride out to Anderson Road and the culvert there, and the water flowing over the road, whitewashing out the culvert, and a shot of my Kona Jake. A couple things I wanted to mention yesterday when I was in my rant is how it was, it was May 3rd, and I had to wear, in order to stay warm enough to go bike riding, had to wear wool long johns. It's just so wrong. It's just so wrong. And despite that, looking around, there are flowers blooming everywhere, It's just the kind of springs we have. And the buds are starting to happen on the trees. We'll have leaves, and it won't be till the end of March till we have fully developed leaves up here. Or May, excuse me. But anyway, I came home, got all the loves in. We were outside. Started the Mike Show outside yesterday, and got them in, got them their treat. And I had mentioned I might either make pancakes or go out for breakfast, and I ended up going out for Chinese food. I hadn't done that in well over a year. I wanted to go to either Hunan or Chiping, but none of them were open. I think we have either 4 or 5 Chinese restaurants in this area, and for the longest time that was our ethnic diversity up here, besides us Polacks and Irish and German and French. Always been some Jewish people around here, and as far as people of color populations, all we ever really had way back when was we'd get migrant workers coming in to pick berries and things in the spring and June, and other people of color were either in the Air Force or at the college playing basketball. And I'm not saying that to be racist or anything. That's just the way it was. It's just the way it was. And that is changing, but yeah, way back when, that was it. So my favorite place to go is Hunan, actually. Well, I like Chiping a lot too, but I like going to Hunan because the owner there, Jimmy Chen, he's my age, and he came to this country, and I believe he told me he was working at a restaurant in Wisconsin, a Chinese restaurant, and an opportunity opened up for him here to buy the Hunan here, and he did that. And I think he was pretty young yet, and he's been very successful. He's a good man. I really enjoy talking with him, and I haven't been out there in a few years now. It's probably been about 3 years since I've been to that restaurant. But I like Jimmy. He's a good man. He does stuff in the community. Food's good there. He's quite an artist. I remember when I was doing art way back when, he had a bunch of watercolors. I don't remember if it was at a show at the college I was involved in, and they were awesome. And then he had some hanging in his restaurant, and I said, how long you been doing that? And he says, a couple months. I was like just stunned, man, how good his watercolor paintings were. And he made awesome ice sculptures too. Around the holidays, he would always have a big ice sculpture on the buffet. So with that, we're going to take a little break. I've been yammering for quite a while. We'll get into a quick recap from yesterday and get on with today's news. Welcome back. And I don't really mean that. And I didn't mean it when I said good morning either. Oh boy. So on that subject I was just talking about, call me a racist if you want to. I don't care. That word has really no meaning anymore. And like I've heard so many times in the last couple years, pattern recognition is not racism among a specified group or groups of people, whoever they may be, whatever their ethnicity and culture may be. Look at that, Ruthie. Now she's being so affectionate. She's so wonderful when she's inside, but outside, she's a whole different cat. But anyway, and there's another thing that goes along with that. When people call others racists and whatever, they'll call them a racist, but they don't call them a liar. So take that for what it's worth. Hey, Ruthie. Oh, you're a beautiful little girl. You're a beautiful little princess. Baba girl. Where are your sisters? So, yeah, we spent most of the day hanging out with the cats and watching George Carlin videos. We needed some laughs, and we got them. There's Gracie. Gracie! Oh, Peppa. Oh, Peppa. And there's Coke. There's Coke. And there's Uncle Max. The princess must be upstairs. Oh, boy. We did read to the cats last night. And it's nice. I've been consciously trying to break away from technology. And I'll tell you what, life is a lot simpler when you're not tuned into every little thing going on. And scrolling, endlessly scrolling on a smartphone, looking for videos to watch that you don't watch. Anyway. Oh boy. Let's take another quick break. And we are back again, a little short of breath after a flurry of activity. We had a shave, we're washing dishes, and doing our first kettlebell workouts, I think since last Tuesday. I jimmied up my back pretty good breaking last week. And so I kind of shied away from the kettlebells because I didn't want to hurt myself. It feels good to be back doing it again. Well, there's that Ruthie. Ruthie's just wound right up this morning, aren't you? Yeah, we're going to finish washing dishes and make some tuna salad to have to eat later. At 11, there's a memorial service for someone that lives up the street, a guy I know named Jim. And I met him years ago when I was bell ringing for Salvation Army at Christmas time outside the Save-A-Lot store. And then I discovered that he lived 2 blocks that way. And he had a lot of books. He'd always leave books on his front porch steps for people to take. And I know one of the books I got from him was a book about saints. There was one for every day of the year. And we used to read that book till it got torn up and ripped. And I remember little Margie, I don't know, for whatever reason, she liked tearing up that book. She liked getting into it. And then I spilled coffee on it, and I think it got rained on, and it just eventually, I ended up getting rid of it. But anyway, Jim's wife passed on April 26th. And I believe he's 90 or so. So I know that's got to be hurting, you know, because they were married forever, probably longer than I've been alive. And just out of respect, you know, and a decent thing to do, go to that service and give them my condolences. And I think this afternoon we're going to haul some stuff to the DPW that we raked up last week, haul some recyclables. We got a whole bunch of empty cat litter buckets that we have no use for, so I'll take those. Hey, Ruthie. Let's go see Coke again. I want to go throw her this. This is her favorite little toy. We got it from my niece Carly. It used to have a little hat on it, and she ripped that hat off at playing with it. But she really likes this toy. We'll see if she can catch it. Coke, I got your favorite toy. Here, can you catch this, honey? Oh, I threw it a little too fast for you. Hey, we'll get her this time. Hey. Oh, no, she's coming down. She's coming down. Here you go. Can you get this, baby girl? Can you get this? Oh, you missed it. Let's try it one more time. Oh, yeah. One more time, Cokie. You're a lot better catch than that. Here, Chloe. There you go. Oh, that was my fault. Try it again. Yeah, that was pretty good. That was pretty good. Beba girl. All right, I think that's all we got. We got a plan for the day, and a good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow. So, from the cold gray ashes and coals of my cold black heart, my broken, beaten, battered, bruised, bloody, burdened, empty, hollow, cracked, shattered, hopeless, forsaken, forlorn, bitter, angry, tired, resentful, twisted, convoluted, confused, grieving, unhappy, grateful soul, piss off, happy Monday, and thanks for not tuning in.